sometimes I still forget to unmute myself. Hi, everybody. It's me, and it's a Friday, and it's a good day because I got to work from home today. That's exciting for me. I don't know. Y'all probably don't care. Half of y'all have probably been working from home since like 2020, but this is like a real work from home situation for me. So I'm very excited. I feel so much better. Like I feel like I've gotten to move around during the day, and I ate food when I felt comfortable, and yeah. So I'm good. I'm good, and I hope y'all are good too. I hope y'all are enjoying this Friday. Sorry for the late start. The time kind of got away from me because part of that was the work from home, but some of it was just yeah. So also I wanted to be clean, so I wanted to make sure it was put all together. Who's text? Oh, automated message. Please pardon me. I'm a little scattered. But today I'm going to be playing some more Ace Attorney. I've been really wanting to play some Ace Attorney. I need some Ace Attorney in my life. It is a game that brings me a lot of joy, and so that is what I'm doing. I got some cool things in the works tomorrow. After tomorrow, there's a surprise. I'm so excited. But I'm gonna keep it hush hush, just so it doesn't spoil it all. But be excited. I mean, it's probably not even that big of a deal. I'm probably making it like way more like it's exciting for me. I'm excited. Also, I have two surprises. One I kind of hinted at and I'm waiting for, and okay, I'm sorry. I'm being vague as hell and right off the start. Let's talk about some content warnings and trigger warnings for Ace Attorney. That's the important stuff, so I need to get to that. So let me throw those up right here. There's not too many. But just so you know, be aware, blood and gore, because it's a murder game, gun violence, animal death and suicide. We are investigating murders. There are things that happen. Ace Attorney. Alcohol and substance abuse. Oh my gosh, please excuse me. There are probably some implications of that. They're not too bad about that, but you know, it's there. Domestic violence, it's probably implied, but I don't really know. Just be aware of that. That might happen. Self-harm, that might happen as well. Snakes, I don't know where that's going to come in, but there are snakes. Just know that there are snakes. If you can't do snakes, that's fine. Feel free to lurk, and so you don't have to look at them. Hopefully you won't have to hear them. Hopefully the hearing them is just a seeing them, but I digress. Anxiety attacks. There are characters that might have anxiety attacks. Hospitals are there. Bone breaking, hanging, suffocation, burial alive. Those are probably all causes of death. Anti-Semitism. That one is definitely implied. I've heard tell of that since this is a historical fiction type of game. Although anti-Semitism is alive and well in our modern age, unfortunately. But you know, it's definitely there in history. So that's probably where they were drawing that inspiration from, I guess. Fat jokes, because it wouldn't be an Ace Attorney game without fat jokes. Unfortunately, we still haven't moved past that either as a society. Flashing lights, shaky cam, that's just Ace Attorney, general Ace Attorney-ness of the freakouts and whatnot. And then a claustrophobic scene, I don't really know how that's going to come into play. Maybe well, I guess maybe we were talking about Ryunosuke living in the wardrobe for a while during this case. But yeah, just be aware. Those are the things you need to be aware of. If you feel the need to lurk, please do. I understand if that helps you, handle triggers and whatnot. I really appreciate all of my lurkers. Y'all are great. I wish I could give you guys more love, honestly. Even though Twitch is being a butthole about stuff like that. But let's not talk about that. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it fun. I turn myself back on. I can't remember most of the voices that I did, so bear with me. But you can feel free to roast me because it sucks and I can't remember stuff. My memory I'm already a scatterbrain. But I will try my best to do the voices. I have a nice sparkling water here for hydration. It's blue raspberry flavor, so that's fun. So cheers, my dears, I guess. I also do have a little bit of wine. It's a Friday. I'm allowed to do that. But that's besides the point. Let's get into the game. That's what y'all came here for. That's what I'm here to deliver. Okay? I'm delivering. It's not DiGiorno. It's Breezelbit. So, I'm playing the Great Ace Attorney. I've got my Switch over here ready to go. It's probably not even playing the sound, which is, and y'all can't even see the screen yet. I probably should transition over there. Might be a good idea. I don't know. We'll see. Ah, okay, I do hear it. Yes, autosave. We are autosaving it. Alrighty. Turning it up for myself. Oh, by the way, y'all, I feel like I need to mention, I got a new headset. It looks exactly, I probably mentioned this last time, but I'm going to say it again because it's exciting for me. I got a new headset. I invested in another one. It's the same Kraken kitty because I love my Kraken kitty. I love the colors. I love the cat ears. But let's be real. I was really sick and tired of the audio cutting out. But now that this is a brand new headset, in theory, knock on wood that it doesn't, it shouldn't cut out sound at any point. So we should be consistent on sound, which is good news. It is really warm in my apartment. Goodness gracious. I guess I turned the air off so it wouldn't be so noisy, but Jesus. I'm happy that it's starting to warm up, though. I hate the winter. All right, so let's continue our adventure here. The Unbreakable Speckled Band, which is clearly going to be a snake. I'm like 100% sure at this point that it is a snake. Okay, I give her a hi. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Huh, can't it? Really? What can't be helped? Can I look at the court record? What do we have? University collar pin, paper seal, crime scene photograph, article about the revolutionary, Cosmo's diary, and the article about the ballerina. Oh, that's right. We found out last time that Home Slice was actually the prima ballerina of... oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention when I was doing the content. Real quick, if you ever need content warnings and whatnot, just a simple command, exclamation point warning. That will take you straight to the link to the Does the Dog Die page that will tell you all about the content and trigger warnings, with all the descriptions, with spoilers if you need them. That is important. Please, chat, keep that in mind. If anybody needs it, point them in that direction. It's important. Sorry for that aside. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Okay, so last time we discovered that the prima ballerina was hiding out on the ship, dressed as some random Russian man.
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled man that Cosmos Sama wrote about in his diary really was.
Wow, that is like really high up in my register. Converse. What happened last night? Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night?
One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast.
The man who died, he was a friend of mine.
Oh.
That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night?
Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking.
Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that... Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that ever happened. I love him. I love Herlock Sholmes with all of my heart. He is a dumbass, and I adore him.
Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us?
I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet?
Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life.
You wish to forget a challenging proposition? When you have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara is mine. I need it to live.
She's only like 15, isn't she?
I have no money of my own.
The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water. We must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me.
So you ran away to protect yourself?
Yes, and the crew of the ship, they have all been so kind to me. They let me come aboard, and they said I could hide in this cabin. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but... Yeah, I'm not sure either because I need a little bit of a reminder. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. I probably gave him more of a British accent. Give me a second. It's got to warm up a little bit. It's been a minute since I've done a true British accent. I mean, I've done a little bit on Wednesday because I'm my D&D character, but it's not great. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. I love the word abscond. Total side note. I love the word abscond. Also, obfuscate. Both of those are excellent words. I just love them. Can't really explain why. I just do. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Buria stopped by no port last night. Ah, that's it, of course. So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? That is a conundrum, indeed.
Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when he mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about the occupant of this cabin came aboard.
Wait, I read that wrong. That is not your business. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel. Alright, at least you're humble about it. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Oh my god, that's... Wait, okay, hold on. We gotta take a moment to... They are Japanese, speaking with a Russian person through English. Being a global citizen is amazing, right? I need to learn another language. Hablo español, pero I don't speak it enough where I feel like natural enough saying stuff. Like I'm like embarrassed. Like I feel like I'm gonna fuck up. I need to get back into it, and I need to like really speak it and be confident. Porque mi pronunciación... Oh my gosh, I'm like mixing. I'm doing Spanglish right now. Porque mi acento no es mal, pero I'm embarrassed. Like, I feel like I sound super white. Does that make sense? Super white American, not a global citizen. But I want to learn more languages. I need to do that. Oh, whoops, I opened the court record.
Mr. Schultz once said, I never can resist the touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same.
A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right?
I don't think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage.
Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious... Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah. So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes.
But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it?
No, it's a snake. It's literally a snake. Maybe an adorable little rabbit. Aw. Yo, you credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. That's me all the time. I have no idea. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken.
Really?
Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. No. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Alright, well then we're gonna go present something. Maybe the article about her? Miss Pavlova, about this article.
You look so beautiful, like a fairy.
I'm scared if my picture is in the newspapers.
You poor girl.
She's so young, just 15 years old. For her to have run away all by herself, she must have felt very, very alone. About this article. Did you know about this merciless revolutionary already?
No.
But when I saw the picture, I couldn't believe it. He looks just like me in my disguise. Huh? Am I the only one around here with eyes? The other man, the one wearing brown, he also said so. He said we looked the same. Yes, he says a lot of things, but I have a strong feeling that besides you and the great detective, you won't find another soul on this ocean who thinks there's any similarity there at all.
Mr. Naruhodo, I won't allow you to speak ill of Mr. Sholmes. I'm a huge fan, and I'm basically simping right now.
No, I wouldn't dream of it. What about this? Miss Pavlova, would you take a look at this? I don't know. I don't know anything!
Mr. Naruhodo, you're frightening the poor girl.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't trying to. So that was wrong. Maybe this diary? This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote it last night before he died, something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall.
In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps?
It's her snake. It's her pet snake! No. I don't know anything. Oh. She's lying, but I kind of feel bad for her. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Oh my god, she got in... Wow, she fucking got in disguise so fast. Yes, what? Wow, she's fast. Yeah, for real. Them quick changes on stage are like... Oh, hello, Maddie. I'm good. How are you? Oh, goodness. It must be either really early or really late for you. I think time change is really bad, but I'm good. How are you? Captain would like to speak with you. That's good. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. I'm trying desperately to do this Russian accent. It's not going so great. All right, I will come now. 10:30 a.m. Okay, so that's not too bad. I try. What? You must leave, now. Oh no, it's fine, don't mind us.
Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott.
Get out! The passenger said out, or you want me to throw you out. I am strong enough. It looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later.
What a pity.
And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. Well, that's rude. To be continued? Right now! We're continuing it right now. I'm not done. Not even close. Yes, save my current progress. I guess I'll just save over the first one. Feels so good to be playing Ace Attorney again. To be continued right now! The SS Zodiac, first class cabin passageway.
I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that.
I wish we'd managed to find some clues as to what... I really want to play Ace Attorney again now. Oh my god. Where are which ones have you played all of them? Because this is like, finally I've caught up. I feel like I've been so behind everybody because I was playing the Ace Attorney Investigations games, and so now I'm like, yes, Ace Attorney Chronicles. I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what the speckled band might be. I'm telling you, man, it's gotta be a snake.
We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine...
I love his like little crop top that he's got going on. Like his uniform clearly does not fit him. He's just so bulky that it's like given that little bit of midriff. Like it's a style. It's giving me summer. It's giving me vacation. It's giving me... He's serving looks right now. That's what he's doing.
That we won't be able to...
So far behind, I've only played Phoenix Wright AA's. I'm so excited. You're gonna love Apollo Justice. Everyone, he's really serving. Luke's. Apollo Justice is good. Everyone like shit talks it, but it's actually really good. And I love Apollo so much. I just want to hug him all the time. I just want to go, it's okay, baby boy. You and your little hair horns are fine. It's a good game, and I think even like the worst Ace Attorney games always serve like, there's always like the canon, and it's just they all play together so nicely. So you're gonna love it, and your mind is gonna be exploding, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, True C is amazing. Who is this? Susado. Whose voice is that? That's the okay.
That we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door.
Oh, you couldn't buy it on your phone. Do you have a DS? Because that's how I played it. I just bought it on the e-store. Oh my gosh. Nintendo has so many stores. I can't even tell anymore. That's how I played it. That's how I played Apollo Justice, Spirit of Justice, and Dual Destinies. Not in that order. I played Dual Destinies first, obviously. DS! Yes! And you can play the Ace Attorney investigation game on DS. I bought that little DS game, which... I'm gonna say it. Investigations games are severely underrated, especially the second one. I know I had to emulate that one, but man, good shit. Good shit. He's clearly glaring at us, as if to say, don't even think about it. Or should I say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute.
What is it?
Well, what happens to our great detective? Oh, sorry, what happened to our great detective? I hear Mr. Proto Badger makes... Oh! Does he make an appearance? Quite the appearance. Man, that case was a trip, to say the least. He appears behind you. It's gonna be so fun. It's the best. It's the best. Ace Attorney is amazing. It's so memeable. The image is like, I took so many. I tried to screenshot and then I sent it to people that I knew. I was just like, you gotta see this. Like, this is the funny. I made a meme about it. Oh my god, I bet I could find it. Where's my phone? I'm literally looking at my phone. I'm an idiot. But I was like, me, my responsibilities. Like, that is exactly how I felt. Like, Edgeworth, you in it. You're in for it, man. Where did... Oh gosh, that's right, I'm still arrested. He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring that these were securely back on my wrists. I'm still getting stared down by Mr. Stroganoff. Is that Rat Trap still? Oh, I already investigated that. I'm gonna take a look at him. I'm gonna look at him. You gonna look at me, I'm gonna look at you. I really wish we'd had the chance to look around Miss Pavlova's cabin. I can't speak. What? Why are you looking like that? You want something? Maybe you want me to throw you out again, I just realized that his skin is like... He's got like a weird tan line going on. Like he has lines of... Dude, did you get like tied up or something? What happened? Oh, no, definitely not that. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter, understand? That's terrifying. Understand. Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. That's gonna be a long time.
I don't think you'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san.
Aw, so sweet, so innocent. She doesn't understand. Already looked at that. Oh, I can look at this again, though. That book on top of the table there really is huge. There's a pen with it, too.
Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log.
Shall we have a little look through it? What does it say?
The writing is so neat and precise.
Every detail about... Oh, Sourcehill is online. Hello, Sourcehill.
Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. That's not true. He's gotta keep records.
Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report. That's a lie! There was everything to report! What's behind this door?
That door leads to the second class area.
Okay. It's locked. I can't open it.
No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape.
Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. Oh, because I'm the murderer. That's right. Or at least that's what they think. Alright, I guess I'll go back to the other room. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin.
Not our cabin, it's Kazuma-sama's.
Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. Anyway, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any new clues. I still can't believe Hosonaga showed up.
Yes, we should probably find him and ask.
Oh god, I gotta do his fucking voice again. Oh god. Oh no, I gotta do his voice again. It's gonna... Oh, thank god he's gone. Just home slice there. It looks like they're still investigating in here.
Yes, on that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed.
What do you mean, unscathed?
Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you.
Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. I'm hoping he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. Where is he, though? I see him. You! Where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to the next door cabin to... Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, Seaman Hosonaga did. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into ball and throw him in cold room. That's rude. Ooh, he's gone back to guarding the door.
I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account.
He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at La Carnival.
That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san.
Yeah, that'd probably be a... This is random too, but... Oh, thank you! I worked really hard on it, so I really appreciate that. I like this, like, simmy, vaporwave, synthwave type stuff, so... Yes, I did! I made it! I got, like, the background from, like, a stock thing, but then I just kind of added scan lines, and I made everything else, so... I used the Danganronpa font. Oh, thank you! You're so sweet! All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin, neatly arranged on the shelf.
They were all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember.
Oh yes, and you tidied them up, didn't you? Yeah, I really think she shouldn't have tidied them up because I feel like that was evidence.
You have to look after the ship's property. Unruly behavior in the cabins leads to damage.
But it really wasn't me who knocked them over.
Well, anyway, I feel much better now that they're neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are untidy.
Neat freak, I see. Oh, is there new information about the rules? These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burya.
Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
So by bringing her pet on board, Miss Pavlova has broken the rules.
She called it her friend, didn't she?
Yes, although we don't know what form this friend takes as yet.
I'm almost certain that whatever it is, it's inside the traveling case in her cabin.
A friend. There's more to this than it seems, I think. Probably. I think that friend is the, is the murder weapon. Also, how was Home Slice able to take his katana on board? Because I feel like that was also quite the breach of rules. So it's clear that these letters were... Oh, Maddie, thank you for the resub! Thank you!
New City Maddie just resubscribed for 4 months. Breezel one love, Breezel one love.
Aww. So it's clear that these letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilt on the floor. And they spelt the Russian word for wardrobe, which I cannot pronounce. I tried really hard last time. It was not going great.
It does seem to be an unambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo-san, as you were sleeping in there.
But to be truly ambiguous, unambiguous, the opposite of what I just said, it should have just spelt out my name, don't you think?
Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words, or word, in Russian.
Which begs the question of who did write it. A Russian, I would presume. Somebody who speaks Russian. This is where Kazuma spent his final moments, writing his diary.
1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Looking at his writing here on this page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone.
Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue in these words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san.
We will. Oh, there's Hosonaga. Oh god, I am gonna have to do his fucking voice again. Oh, hold on. I will. Just give me a second. I'm gonna hydrate before. This is gonna kill me. One more sip. One more sip for good luck. My throat is already like, you're gonna cough. Like, I almost coughed just then. DR stance. Yes! I feel like Home Slice over here definitely is in full DR stance. Like, if I click on him, you'd think that he would, like, pop up and spin or something. Alright. Here we go. Oh my god! He got the shit beat out of him! Oh my god! Dude! Are you okay? Oh my god, I feel bad. Ah, you're back. Inspector! What happened to you? Your face is... Please, don't worry about it. I just got my shit rocked. They're just scratching. 'Tis but a scratch. Made by a bear, maybe? Jesus Christ! They beat the poor man! When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and toss me overboard. Well, at least he only did the first half! His glasses are broken! What did they do? Did they shove this nerd in a locker? I feel so bad! What? But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. They beat the shit out of this man. They pounded him.
Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin.
First of all, this man has, like, tuberculosis or something because he was already coughing up blood. Like, already. But now he's got a black eye and, like, a bloody little... He's... Oh, no! Oh, no! I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Hair Lock Shows. I don't think he was German, though. Ah, that explains it. Shall we compare notes, then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. This poor man. This poor man. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door. Oh, do you know who she is? Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel? See, I'm fighting the... He is dying of consumption, and he got beaten up. Why? This poor man is being bullied so relentlessly. Oops, I think I upset him there. Yeah, don't raise his blood pressure. He doesn't have very much of it left in his body. You might kill the man. He needs a hand. He needs some milk. He needs some milk. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, please. I don't know about that. How? His one lens glasses. Oh my god. They're not even gonna give this man new glasses. Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? I don't know. There's a whole ass game called Angels of Death. And a lot of them committed a lot of crimes, so I don't know about that. Oops, now I've definitely upset him. Careful, he might give you TB.
Inspector, has your investigation in here
Words are hard.
Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful?
If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job.
Oh, I see.
There is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. I finally got my diagnosis from the doctor, and I'm going to be put on bed rest as I desperately need. Oh, what?
Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please.
New information. Give me that sweet, sweet clue. What is the new information you have, Inspector? It's this. The Burial's medical officer has finished his examination of the body, and next I'm going to get my examination and maybe get a diagnosis on my tuberculosis. I managed to obtain the report. Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report.
Kazuma-sama.
So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report. So, broken neck.
His neck was broken?
Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? He was choked to death by a snake! He was choked to death by a snake! Oh my god, that's kind of brutal. Nothing has been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound. This is a theory. I feel like he was choked to death by a snake. Because I think the speckled band is a snake, and when you die, usually your neck is broken, or the hyoid is broken. When you die of being suffocated. It may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. I guess it could have been that too. You could have just knocked him upside the head and really... That could work. Oh, I see.
All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death.
Or severely oh my gosh. Injure you. I can't believe. Could injure you. At the very least, cause really bad brain damage. I mean...
It is a possibility and no obvious wound would be left.
Well, I guess, yeah. Poor Kazuma. I mean, usually that's a quick death, though, so at least he didn't suffer? Silver lining? Maybe? Ooh, I don't like that, though. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Well, of course it's useful. Give it to me. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. This man got he got his ass handed to him by a bunch of Russian sailors, and he's like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna give the... How old is Ryunosuke? Like 20? How old is Ryunosuke? Do I know? At least 20, because Kazuma was the same age. Herlock Sholmes is 34? Hosonaga. He is 29, but he is looking... Good God, he looks like he's pushing 40. The stress will kill you. He's younger than Biff, and absolutely... Wow. I need to know how he got that tan line, though. Like, what? Grimesby Roylott is actually Nikolina Pavlova, so I don't know why that's a separate profile. It's probably gonna be useful later. I can't believe Herlock Sholmes is 34. I thought he was younger. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Ah. The post-mortem report has been entered. Herlock Holmes. Wait, did it say Herlock Holmes? Herlock Homie. He's my Herlock Homie. Okay, no, it says Sholmes. I'm just dumb. The great detective, Herlock Sholmes!
Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he?
That's right, he disappeared. Yes, he seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. The
Then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored.
Did he say anything at all?
Actually, now that you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said.
Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. The ink on the floor probably is shoe polish?
It was when he was over there by the piece of broken glass, do you see?
I'm sorry, this is Susanna. I thought that was Rinosuke.
Perhaps he was talking about this.
Oh, you typed it right. Hey, it's okay. Holmes is actually the correct spelling, technically. If you wanna get all copyright about it.
Perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think? Yes, that must be it.
But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? He probably tasted it.
That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea.
I swear to God, he probably tasted it. What is it, Susanoo-san?
Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue.
Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then.
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him.
Why? That's not your job. Oh, does this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed? Speaking of red wine, I'm gonna take a sip of mine. I don't know what I just knocked off my desk, but it was something. It's 10:30 for you, but it's 7:30 for me. 7:30 p.m. I swear. It's just some Pinot Noir. It's just some grocery store Pinot Noir. Really cheap stuff. I don't splurge that much. Although I do have another bottle that's kind of nice. The Pinot Noir is my favorite varietal, so that's what I'm drinking. I like the reds.
That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head.
You love red wine too? Awesome. I love a fellow red wine lover. I do like white wine, but I prefer the reds. Go. This man needs the doctor. Look at him. He's coughing up blood, and he probably, I bet he has some, like, broken bones. Like, what is he, he needs, like, what did they put on, what is that, like, cartoon thing when you get a black eye? You get, like, a steak and put, I never understood that. Is it because it's cold? Or, I feel like you could just make an ice pack with anything, but why would you use a steak? I don't know. That's a cartoon thing.
Poor Inspector, you look exhausted.
He's sick! And also injured!
Oh no, well. I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. He was my responsibility.
I'm so pissed that he's dead too, because man, I'm upset.
Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head over since I woke up this morning.
A heavy head? That's interesting. My head's still throbbing too. Is somebody just going around knocking people out? Like... Alright, so I've investigated that. I investigated that. Oh, there's another dialogue for the vent. So this ventilator joins Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Yes, that's right.
And just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. The speckled band, as he described it.
If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it, but she seemed as baffled as we were.
Yes, I wonder if she's telling us everything, though. She's not. She's absolutely not.
I'm not sure.
I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. Anything on the bed? Nope. Anything here? Anything over here? Oh, shoe polish. Oh wait, I accidentally clicked the other one. We'll skip this. Right there. Specifically right there.
It really is such a beautiful color, this glass.
It looks like whatever it was broken clean in two. But the other half is nowhere to be seen.
And then there's this brick-colored mark.
Which is shoe polish, according to that great detective you seem to know all about.
I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoes.
Maybe, but what I'd like to know is, how can the detective be so sure that it's shoe polish and not something else?
Because he's a great detective, of course!
That's hardly a reason, is it?
No! He's absolutely infallible!
I think that's really about it. I don't think there's anything else I can investigate in here. Can I... Nope. Skip? Can I present anything to Hosonaga? I don't think so. Alright, well I guess I'll move. Can I maybe go back to the passageway? Is there something new in there? I can't move very many places, so I have to assume. Okay, well, if the dialogue pops up where the time is being told to you once more, then it's definitely the correct thing to do. That's how Ace Attorney works.
Look, Naruhodo-san! Seaman Stroganoff is gone!
Yep. And you start picking up the patterns. Strong enough?
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us, and I keep opening the court record by some accident.
All these Russian names are impossible to remember. Dude, come on. It's quiet. Too quiet. Tra-la-la, someone's singing. Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing.
Tra-la-la, li-da-li-da-lay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this Sholmes?
This caroling. I know that lark-like voice.
Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can investigate.
Definitely. Before that stringy knot crewman comes back. Stringy knot.
It's Stroganoff, not Stringy Knot.
All right, let's go into Miss Pavlova's cabin. All right. Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Susato-san. Oh, where's she gone? Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things.
There's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can.
I suppose you're right, for Kazuma's sake. Damn, she's ready to go.
Not just for Kazuma-sama.
What do you mean?
It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to.
Oh, she's starting to believe I'm innocent, which is true, but still. Yes, we will. Alright, let's examine. We'll look at the rules one more time. I doubt they've changed since we last checked them, but still. Ah yes, they're displayed in this cabin too. Look, the SS Burya's rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean.
I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. Oh yeah, the case is open. Sorry, excuse me. I'm like Try not to burp into the microphone. It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine.
I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard.
Oh yes, so do I. Oh, their books are messed up too. All the books are toppled over together. Look, every single one.
Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though.
He's Poseidon! It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door, in Cosmo's cabin.
Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase?
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company?
All right then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage.
Not everything bad that happens on this ship is because of me, you know.
Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here too. Don't like seeing things in disarray.
Stop! Stop with the— stop! You're tampering with the crime scene! I have to run away from ballet. Time for more ballet. I hate the ballet. It's making me miserable and I don't want to survive. Okay, well what do I do now? Ballet!
Oh my, Miss Pavlova's case is open.
It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, which was fantastic, by the way. That was so fun. She was hiding her special friend in there.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep a secret.
Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard this SS Booyah. I kind of want to call it the SS Booyah. I keep wanting to call it the SS Booyah. I wonder what kind of animal she had. Oh, sorry, that's not. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. Oh my goodness, what is up with my... I just realized I was dropping frames. Sorry, y'all. That's so strange. Oh my goodness gracious, that's weird. Anyway, and more to the point. Where is it now? That is a good question. I bet it's in that tube. Probably in the vent again. So this ventilator connects to Cosmo's cabin next door. Yes, we have established that the ventilators connect the two rooms.
Yes, although what a foolish shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room.
Ah, maybe. It looked like my internet was like, it looked like it had dropped. And I get worried about it because it'll like, I have to keep like both my tabs open when I have OBS and like my actual stream open because sometimes OBS will be like, you're dropping frames, but my stream won't show it. And then vice versa, which is what was happening there, where it was like, my stream looked like a potato and my OBS was like, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. So I'm like, I swear my computer can handle this. It's done it before, but also my internet sucks, so. Anywho, it's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm.
Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning.
That's not a good... that is a possibility. Anyway, last night, Cosmo wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. Yes, we've established that. I will not forget that, I swear.
Naruhodo-san, are you there?
Sorry, I'm right here. Yes? Why? Oh, okay, yeah. Tell your mom I said hi. She doesn't know me, but tell her I said hi anyway.
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know. Sometimes there's lions in there, and that's dangerous.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes.
I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. What about this bag? Can't look at the bag? Looks like it has another one of those pull chains. There's one of these next to the bed in Cosmo's cabin, too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist.
Oh no. She barely hesitated there, and she gave it a good tug, too. Honestly, that'd be me. I'd probably be like, I want to ring the bell! I can't resist! Let me pull it! Press the big red button that says do not push.
No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come.
We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret. That's right. It probably would be really bad. Is that a plate on the floor? Why is there a plate on the floor?
I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor.
Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately.
Huh, do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above there?
What? A leak?
Is the ship quite safe?
I'm sure that even if there's a little leak on the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink.
Oh no, you're right.
Of course you're right. She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she? Okay, what is happening with my dropped frames? I'm gonna change some settings around real quick. That is quite strange. I'm sorry that there's some issues here, y'all. It usually is pretty okay, but my internet is probably poor. Oh, goodness. See, now it's like really dropping. Why? Why are you doing this? I did just update OBS. It's probably doing some stupid shit.
I suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket.
Shall we have a little look and see what's been thrown away?
Naruhodo-san, it's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know.
Those eyes! She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now!
However, these are special circumstances, I think.
Exactly, we have no choice. I'm just double checking my stream. I'm like so paranoid now. Oh my god, OBS is like, see, now it's switched. Now it's like telling me that my streams are or my stream frames are dropping, and then, you know what? Y'all just let me know how it is. If it gets really bad and I have to restart something, y'all just tell me. There's hardly anything in here at all.
Oh, well, that's a little disappointing.
What about this table?
It would seem this teapot is empty.
So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people. Okay.
Or because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night, she hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet?
I mean, it could be either. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it.
You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruhodo-san?
The desk. There are just a few books on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it.
Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read. Oh, goodness gracious. I see that frame drop there.
Yes, let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading.
Oof. Oof. Okay. Come on. Unstable. No, don't do this to me. OBS, you were doing so well. Oh my god, I haven't had this issue in months. Why? Why are you doing this to me now? Is it good? Is it back? Are we back? Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out now. I was doing so well. I was doing so well. Please don't do this to me.
Books written in Russian.
Thanks, I think I probably already knew that.
It's written to ask too much of people, Naruhodo-san. Kindly remember that.
Oof. Oof. The door. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin door has. If the bolt's drawn across, there's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside.
Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it?
No, and the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt from the outside. Wait, wouldn't that make it? Wait, hold on. Whatever.
And it seals up perfectly, too, to stop any seawater coming in.
Nanner is playing Minecraft. Hello, Nanner.
So you shouldn't use the method you told me of passing the thread through the crack of the door, either.
I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. I do not know why my stream is suddenly unstable. It's making me very upsetty. Why? Why are you like this, OBS? Why? I'm gonna keep trying stuff. I might need to restart. Let's try that. I think I've investigated everything at this point. So let's move. Can I move back to Cosmo's cabin? Nope, that's not correct. The passageway. Nope. I'm missing something. I am missing something because... There's gotta be something. Table, hooks, desk, thingy, chair, whatever. Ba-ba-da. This, floor, bookshelf, photo, lamp, ceiling, wall, rules, door, bed frame, bag, wardrobe, top of the wardrobe, bottom of the wardrobe, bell cord, this thingy. What am I missing? It's court record time, baby! Alright. Magnifying glass, can I... That doesn't really help me. The post-mortem report. Victim, male, Far Eastern, time of death, sometime between 1 a.m. and a little past. Victim's neck was almost certainly broken as a result of a strong blow to the area. Okay. Nope. That didn't help me either. I'm missing something. Alright, I'm gonna move to the other rooms just to see. Oops. I selected the door as if that was gonna be a move. I'm so dumb. That's not how that works. Is there anything in here? Anything I'm in? Oh my god. Yep, there it is. That's what I missed.
Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look!
Wow, you never know where he's going to turn up next, do you?
He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself.
Oh, that's right, he was singing. It was singing! It was him! Oh my god! Tra-la-la-li-la-li-la-lay. I did it the great detective way. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Or he's simply in extremely high spirits.
Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky that Hairlock was about. Excuse me. I solved it all, and I stood tall, and I did it the great fight. Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climactic finish. He got a tussle. I know you girls like to tussle. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is as good a time as any. I nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. All right, I get the picture. Now, could you put those fists away? You ready to go? Bob and weave, bob and weave.
Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you.
Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in the study of the ship's log, as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here.
Oh yes, the ship's log.
And did you find out anything useful from it? Well, it's after 2 a.m. this morning. The majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so... You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Wait, what's that supposed to mean? Sorry? Your logic, my boy, is inverted.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem that the same crewman oft stands sentry in this first-class passageway, and he has almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes.
Nothing to report?
He fell asleep. He totally fell asleep. Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is... Oh, sorry. This is Ryunosuke. The ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report.
Do you mean...
Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post. A game is afoot!
What kind of circumstances?
What happened? What happened? Honey, sweet baby child. I don't know if you've been, like, aware, but there was a murder that happened. That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. Alio-san is online. Hello, Alio-san. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Okay, it's in there now. It's in the noggin. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Ah, you're starting to understand that my way is, I see, what makes Sholmes. Brilliance! I love him. I love him so much. Oof, ouch. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. Is there a gas leak? Is there a motherfucking gas leak? Is it only affecting the men? Jesus. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. Bye. He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought.
It's just... Well, I feel the same.
Sorry?
Ever since I woke up this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing.
Oh, you too? Okay, so it's not affecting just the men, but it's affecting everybody. I'll examine just to make sure. So that's good. Up there. Let's go to the other side. Oh, popping in the door. Miss Pavlova's cabin.
This could be our chance.
What?
The burly sailor doesn't appear to be around at the moment. We could investigate every last inch of that cabin.
I'm not sure if we could go that far, but we could certainly do with looking around more. I'm sure we could learn something. Which we did. Alarm set. Okay, well, I guess I'll move. Oh.
Ah, what's that?
Oh, that's not good. That's bad. That's real bad. Oh, that's real bad. Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter-mile forward. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. Jesus Christ. We're crashing? We're crashing into a ship.
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
Oh, God. I can't stand. Susuno-san, hold on to me. Oh, my God. They're crashing. Susuno-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
They just fucking crashed into a ship! It looks like we avoided a collision. I think... Yes, the ship has come to a stop.
Oh my goodness, what about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. Oh gosh. Hello, is anybody... I don't know who's speaking. Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Well, that sounds like... Hosonaga? I should have known. Inspector Hosonaga. Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door! Quickly! What? The bolt? Oh, it slid into place. Oh, it slid into place because of the... Look at that. The door's bolted. Did you do that, Susato-san?
No, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. It's because of the weight. The weight of it slid it into place. Oh my god. So that means that the locked room murder isn't a locked... Well, it's never a locked room murder. Ever. Ever. Any mystery game fan knows that it's never a locked room murder. There's always some way to break the lock. Break the seal, if you will.
Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in?
Not until after I investigate. I better tidy this place. No! Stop tampering with the crime scene! You're killing me. You're killing me, fam. Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. Is this gonna be a to be continued? Bitch, you better not. Bitch, you better not. Bitch, you better not! You better not! Oh, no. To be continued. Right now. We're still playing. You're back! Yay, welcome back! We got to the next part of the chapter. Alrighty. To be continued. Right now! January 9th. SS Booyah. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in... my gosh. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Susato-san took a deep breath and gently slid back the bolt. You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? You both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we're fine. Thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh, how did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought we saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming, crew are running everywhere. This first-class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Because this is how we wanted to animate everything.
Oh, I see.
Someone triggered the alarm. Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside?
Ah! You wicked intruder, dressed all in black, you are the devil!
Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first.
You opened my traveling case, how could you?
What? No, we didn't touch it.
That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin.
Inspector! Yes. Arrest this man. I know he did it. He is a criminal. It is not enough that he has killed a man. And he is a stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? Why is a Vixen stealing chicken? What's she gonna do with the chicken? Take him away! He is a trespasser as well as everything else! Stowing away. Trespass. Killing. She is right. You are devil. It doesn't look good, does it? Now you're gonna get the shit beaten out of you. There is cell below deck. Throw him in! Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell? Throw him in the brig!
Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do? Can you not take at least 5 more punches?
This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options.
This is terrible.
This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately. Yeah, it ain't looking good. I guess I'm just gonna quickly take a gander at the entire room. I just need to keep calm and focus on the task at hand, which is investigating.
Don't touch my things!
You want me to show you where crawfish hibernates? Oh my god. Oh shit. Is she hitting me? She hit me? Why did she hit me?
Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think you're doing?
Wow, everyone's attacking me, and I was just starting to think she was my friend. Damn. She really... Isn't there anyone who can help me out of this mess? God damn it. Yeah. Hold on. I need to just run that back for a little bit. Just run it back. This whole ass grown man. I can't. I can't. I can't. Maddie, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Is there no one who can help me? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with the man who is the 34-year-old man who is hanging on the coat rack. It is... I'm losing it. I'm screaming. What are you doing up there? He's wearing the crown! Hold on, I'm screenshotting this. I gotta. This is amazing. I might make this my new profile picture. Holy shit, this is funny. I can't with this man. I love him so much. I love him so much. Mr. Sholmes. Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Mr. Sholmes, marry me. No, he's gotta marry me first. Big himbo energy right here. Huge himbo energy. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? The pose! The pose! This isn't me. Too late, I've already proposed. Damn it! Ah, shit! This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no. I'm taking another screen cap. I don't even care. Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? to properly assess the weight of 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine what would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. Is he gonna fight the wall? I think this man is gonna fight the wall. I just realized that his cap has a cowlick. Oh my god. I'm sorry, and a hoge. It's a cowlick. It's the same thing. Oh my god. This man is like cha-cha boxing. I can't. I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. Hello, Lost Soul. Is that? Yes, you are right. It is Herlock Sholmes. Herlock Sholmes. Funky dance moves. The funkiest. He's so funky fresh. Oh my god. This is a total side note, but that just reminded me. There is a movie. It's an 80s movie, and it's the cheesiest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. It's called Teen Witch. The entire thing is filmed like a music video. Like it's like a music video with music videos in it, I think, is how I would describe. There's actual like music parts that are filmed like a music video because, you know, the 1980s were like total music video. But, oh my god. There is a part where this girl is like crushing on, like one of the best friend character is crushing on this side character guy who has like a rap group, kind of. And she's like, God, I just don't know. How could I ever talk to him? Like, he's just so funky. It's like, you really said that with your whole chest, didn't you? How is he so funky? It's like, girl. Anyway, look it up on YouTube. Teen Witch. He's so funky. I'm sure you can find it. I'm sure there's a clip of it if you don't want to watch the whole movie. Although I do recommend watching the whole movie because it's like adorably 80s. It's it's a trip. But yeah, he's just so funky. Like, oh my god, how could I ever be so funky fresh like him? I'm not like other guys. I'm too funky. I love it. I'm not like other guys. How is he so... Herlock is so funky. I'm losing it. Because I'm not a guy. Gotcha. Yeah. Anyway. Finger guns! Okay, Hosonaga. You again, the great detective. Inspector, I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than the hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night, here on this vessel, the steamship Buria, has been solved! By me, naturally. What?
Really?
Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I'm about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Oh boy. Are we doing the dance of deduction? Ha! You have solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing student boy this morning. We found criminal in wardrobe. Is this stowaway and he has handcuffs to prove it? I didn't do it. Oh, sorry. I'm still stuck in the Russian. I need to... The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted from the inside. His name is... Actually, now that you... You know what? I'm about to make your day, Trez. Biff Stroganoff. It is indeed Biff Stroganoff. Ace Attorney puns. You gotta have them. They're the best. The best. It wouldn't be an Ace Attorney name if it wasn't a pun. You gotta.
That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
Even though it's not a locked room. Da, locked room. That is point.
The room was locked.
Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from the outside of the cabin. You are quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all.
What?
Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door.
What other entrance? We never discovered one.
Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator man. Pet Mid. Oh, you're right. I should pet Midna. Oh, here. I'm gonna bring her up. Here we go.
The ventilator. The ventilator. Here comes the Midna.
Oh, come here, baby. Come here. Everybody says to pet you.
Oh, goodness. Oh, here she is. She's sleepy. So sleepy.
Oh, they demand it. They demand that I give you pets. So I had to bring you up. Midna! She's super happy that I was working from home today because she got to cuddle with me whenever she wanted. She's just been this past the whole as soon as I started streaming, she would tell Midna, okay, hey, Maddie loves you. Did you know that? Did you know that? Hey, Maddie loves you. So sleepy. Look at her. So sleepy. So sleepy. She was in her bed just a second. You're so welcome, Maddie. Hey, guess what? Lost Soul loves you too. He's the one who yes. They told me to pet you. Lost Soul was the one who told me to pet. Oh, okay. She's like, Mom, stop whispering my ear. It tickles. All right. Oh, let's go down to the bed. There you go. Oh, gosh. Ouch. All right, she's going to go get some food or something now. She is babe. Oh, thank you. I should hydrate. I'm going to hydrate with some sparkling water. Everybody hydrate. Let's go. But wait, there's more. There's so, oh, and to the cosplay stream. Oh gosh. I got to figure out what I'm going to cosplay. I want to do a new cosplay. Okay. Hydrating with some coffee. Yeah, get you some coffee. This actually is caffeinated, which is probably not a good idea, but well, it's a little bit of a good idea because I do need to stay up late tonight to get some stuff done, but it's not a good idea because I'm staying up late and I'm being bad to my sleep schedule. Blue Badger cosplay! Oh my god, I don't have a Blue Badger cosplay. I'd have to figure that out. Oh my god, maybe I could, I have a pink wig. Maybe I could do like the girl badger. What's the girl badger's name? Oh shit, I forgot. His wife. His badger wife. Oh man. No! You know what I want to Pink Badger. No, but you know what I want to be? I want to be the badger that looks like he's got like the Guy Fieri beard and the sunglasses. The bad badger. I want to be the bad badger. That Oh my god. That would be a good one. That would be a good cosplay. I might have to add that to my list. My ever-growing list of cosplans. Watch out, we're just gonna get like the whole group of the badgers together and we're gonna find an Edgeworth cosplayer and we're just gonna Bad Badger King. Oh my god. I can't. Anyway. The ventilator. Oh. You'll think this is funny. Current pun total. Yep, only one pun so far. Actually, well, I guess we don't really count the Ace Attorney names because that's not really a... They do be rookie numbers. We gotta make some more puns. We gotta get this going. I cannot even put my arm through that hole. Well, your arm is like really big, so that's kind of not a good judgment, but whatever. Yeah, that's because your arms are as thick as trees. See, me and Ryunosuke, we're on the same page.
You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening.
Yes, because he's a snake. has a snake snack. It's not possible. Unbelievably low. All right, there we go. That's 2. That's 2. Nick, do it. Count it up. I'm counting it. We gotta get these rookie numbers up.
Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
Thank you, Lost Soul, for always being ready with them puns.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean? Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is the speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. Oh. Oh, he ready to fight now! He got it! Look at him! Look at his funky fresh moves. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I'm ready. This is how my D&D character fights. She's just like... What I'm about to expose for all you to see will shock you to your cores. Behold! Everybody's screaming. What the? Is that how he got the tan line? Mr. Sholmes, give me that. This hat? The snake? I told y'all it was a snake! Did I not say that it was a snake? Drop the dance tutorials, Holmes. Drop the that fire dance tutorial. We'll see that on YouTube. Oh my god, I knew it was a snake! I called it! Allow me to introduce you all to the band! The speckled band! A snake? Indubitably. They're dumbstruck. All of them are dumbstruck. Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, the snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? I guess that's true. I did call that there was a snake, though.
Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you?
You both see and observe with distinction, however. Do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall?
Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap?
How exactly is that a trap? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova?
I'm sorry for the young man who died, but this is all... His death has nothing to do with me. The whole thing has nothing to do with me.
There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. Dun dun! Yes! Thank you for finally... No one has used that Lost Soul, and it's the... Yes! Thank you! Oh my god, it's so perfect. Dun dun! And number two. That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life.
No.
She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Astuki. Oh, the snake. Thank you, Maddie. I really wanted to. I was like really hoping that the first time that was used, it was gonna be on an Ace Attorney stream because I needed it. I need it. I love Law and Order. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Oh my god, we're gonna do it again. Yes, we're gonna do it again. Yes, 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 yes. The Great Deduction! The game is afoot! Topic 1. Intruder's identity. Miss Pavlova. Moments ago, you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Ooh, that was important. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Oh, wait, that's not correct. Because she grasped her hand. Her snake bit her. Oh my god. Wait. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. This man has a whole-ass snake. Without a doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. Oh, he's trying to bite people! The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me! This has nothing to do with any of this! Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's soft skin. I don't think so. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin, no? I don't know what you're talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. It's very dramatic, and I love it. Very smexy. Oh my god, I haven't heard the term smexy in years. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake, whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Alright. Sholmes, perhaps you could... No, actually, I don't think he is. I think the new Edgeworth was actually the victim in this crime. Which is really sad. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. We talked about earlier how it wasn't poison, though. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be? Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. I want Sholmes. Sholmes is amazing! Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. Lasso, I'm sorry. I think Maddie called dibs because both Maddie and I were like, I'm gonna marry him. But then Maddie apparently proposed first, so you're gonna have to get in line. Take a number, man. Just take a number. Take a number, my friend. Take a number. We're all trying to call Sholmes. We're fighting over him. Oh no. Oh no. We got a fight going on. This makes no sense. There's no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death, that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. But did he say yes? Oh, shit. Lasso asking the real questions, though.
You don't...
It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound. He did! That he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend.
Train?
Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. Oh, no. You don't get I get Edgeworth. I've already called dibs on Edgeworth. Both of them. I want Gregory and Miles. I want the dad and the son. If the victim appeared to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Oh, sorry, had not been dispatched. Lasso, I promise there will be someone for you. We will find. Oh, wait, here, you know what? I will trade you Gregory Edgeworth. And I will continue to keep Shilong Lang. How about that? You get Daddy Edgeworth, I get the son, and then I also get to keep my Shilong Lang Wolfie boy. My little gay heart is no one. Yes, you do, Lasso. We will find someone. Daddy Edgeworth. You get Daddy Edgeworth. I will give him to you as long as you don't touch Shilong Lang. Because I need Wolf Boy. I need him. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training?
It's not true.
Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord. No, that's not Uncle Ray. Uncle Ray, you don't need that in your life. You just don't need him. And Sweet Baby Ray is fine on his own. Let's let Sweet Baby Ray be on his own. Unless you want him. I mean, I guess if you want him, I'm not gonna yuck you up, but I say let's let Sweet Baby Ray on his own. Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs at once. You call with Larry? Lasso, you're fucking with me, right? Like, you're fucking with me. Like, do we need to talk about this? Because Larry? You really want Larry? I'm sorry, excuse me. Laurice. Laurice Donham, last time I checked. Me and Larry against the world. Oh my god! Y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me. Why Larry? Why? You're gonna want to marry Apollo, Maddie, as soon as you start playing Apollo Justice. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. Oh, Lasso's so sad. That is the true nature of the speckled band. Cry. No, don't cry. That took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt, my logic is infallible. I love Holmes so much. concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Nope. We not done yet, buddy boy. Not quite. Not quite. Nope. This snake is just chilling. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Like me! Incredible. You've solved the mystery. Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand.
Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes?
But of course, what's on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly.
Oh, well, good. First of all,
Take the sexiest of characters. Who is the sexiest of characters? I feel like that's subject, Mr. Oh my god! You can take him! Not even because he's not unattractive, I guess, but but because you win. Lost Soul, you win. Everybody else can go home. You win. Mr. Hat. Good shit. Good shit. That one got me. That one really got me. Amazing. Amazing. Mr. Hat. Mr. Hat is all yours. You and Mr. Hat. Mr. Hat and Lost Soul sit in a tree. Kissing. I hear wedding bells. It's Mr. Hat. All right, it's canon. It's canon now. Mr. Hat is the sexiest of Ace Attorney creatures. Characters, and both, I guess. Anyway,
snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madam.
And reptiles, don't drink milk.
Ah.
It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears.
Ah.
Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling.
But madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute?
I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements.
Also, the snakes are moving because you're moving. I learned that a long time ago, actually. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes.
There is one other thing.
You have more?
Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the one these cabins.
Then it should try harder.
Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this.
I have never played a Professor Layton game, so he's all yours. He's all yours. Yeah.
We need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, you don't mean...
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholm's latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming. All right, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down to your wrist again. What? Oh, he took them off again. Yay! You've done it again.
Your handcuffs are gone.
Where did they go? Fear not. I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, I love this part. Okay. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following.
This is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me.
Have you considered theater? Please. He's the whole theater, cast, orchestra, ensemble, tickets, ushers. When you recall those horrid events, your aching heart... Nope. Oh, there it is. There it be. No. She does have a pained expression on her face.
Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then?
Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova.
Alright. Oh, she's got a scratch. Yes! A claw scratch. Look at him! Look at him coming in with the... Oh, I love it. It's so good. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Sometime last night.
When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse.
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without a doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. I think her friend might be... It seems likely that that scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they?
No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow.
Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of his friend of hers?
We should follow her gaze, Mr.
Naruhodo-san.
That's where we'll find the answer.
It's a kitty! It's a kitty cat! My kitty cat has gone far away from me. She's like, I'm not getting picked up again. Look at her! Look how cute! I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. Thank god I have my little kappa on. It looks like Midna. Ah, look at this photograph in this frame. By the power of channel points, I summoned Midna. She's somewhere. Actually, I think... I don't know where she is. I wish I knew where she was.
She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Yes, that's true. But personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Oh my gosh, wait, that reminds me. I went to watch my friend's cat the other day, and she has this adorable little black cat named Miles. He's like the cutest little thing. And oh my god, he just like immediately warmed up to me, and I was like so sweet, and I picked him up and he was like fine. He cuddled with me. We played a little bit with the laser pointer. He like, you know, played a little bit with some toys. He was the sweetest little thing, and I was like, oh my god, you're so cute. I wish I could take you home with me. I love black cats so much. Look how cute. So cute. Maybe we better take a closer look at this. The little kitten. Look at that little cat. Miss Pavlova is cuddling here.
Oh, what a cute little kitten. I could vie with you, couldn't it? Could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san, for the blackest outfit?
A black kitten. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it. How could she not? Look at it! This little bell. Look at its little bean toes! Oh my god! 4 black foster kittens. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. I would never leave the house. I would just play with the 4 black foster kittens every day. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Oh, Miss Pavlova. That must be a stage costume she's wearing.
It's quite stunning. I should like to have something like that.
And she's wearing the 20,000 rubles on her head as well. Look.
It's called a tiara, Naruhodo-san. And you shouldn't think of it as purely in terms of its value.
She must be a strong-willed woman. To turn her back on the world stage and run away all on her own. Yeah, I would say, even at 15. Anyway, the kid is her friend, obviously. I was just looking at the picture. Without a doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear.
Oh no!
The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear. What is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? How could she leave that poor little thing behind? Her name is Darka! Oh my god! If this cat is not okay, I will never survive. Anyway.
Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind.
Darka, oh sorry, this is Schultz. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. A Russian blue. I love cats. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations of the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's soft skin. Nope, it's a scarf?
Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have ever known.
Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Shum's specialty. He so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
I thought deduction was a specialty, or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too.
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Well, it is speckled, and it is a band, but there's something inside it. What is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy, a long piece of cloth of some sort, and that looks like a handle at one end. It's a cat's toy. I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently. How is that a toy for cats? Oh, sorry, that was... I'm like misreading.
Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it.
Oh, it's so cute. That sounds positive. It is positively adorable. Yes! Yes, the thing you are trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy. Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Ah. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, my good God, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of a cat by the name of Daka. A truly troublesome feline young Daka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Aww. I get to take the pic with me, though.
It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty.
Like Midna. Midna is impish, that's why I named her Midna. That and her twilight color. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom, but that doesn't even make any sense even now, because now there's not even a snake. So I guess I was wrong about the cause of death, because I was saying that he was choked to death by a snake. Wait, he could still be choked to death by the snake. But wait, how did the snake get in there? Maybe my theory is still true. We'll see. We'll see.
What Mr. Sholmes says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body.
That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned.
Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Watching Ryunosuke do the... Yes. Yes. Yes! In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Look at him, he's so fucking proud of himself. Ah, yes, I knew it was one or the other.
His necklace.
Spicy Nun! Thank you for resubscribing!
Spicy Nun just resubscribed for 15 months.
15 months! Wow, over a year! That's amazing. Thank you, love. Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, oh sorry, that's Schultz. Now, if we take that as fact... Goodness gracious. Try not to burp into the microphone. It's like embarrassing. We can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no, could there be?
The game really is afoot, Slushy Blue. Hello, welcome in. Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Nope. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably, Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal the fatal blow.
I suppose it's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident.
Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? See, what I'm thinking is, they brought up the fall, and so they did the whole thing where the ship crashed, or was about to crash, and like they had the books fall over. So what I'm thinking is, they're trying to say that there was like a possible crash and he fell and hit his neck, but also the mark on the floor. I'm gonna... Yes! Okay, the music stopped, so that has to be right. Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish. Shoe polish? Indeed. Positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's lace leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped. Please, no. And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebra shattered, and in that instant he lost his life. Oh! I don't know anything about this. Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. I don't think that's right.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
But...
And if this part of Mr. Sholm's deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
Where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Maybe in the garbage? Yes! Oh, no, that's not right. Nope. Oop. Nope. I'm sure this wastepaper basket was hiding something. Perhaps I should have examined it more thoroughly. Regardless, I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind and say, this is it! That deduction was wanting in every way. Yes, I was wanting you to hear it. I'm quite proud of it. Yikes. I find myself wanting never to have heard it. I'm quite pained by it, in fact. Savage. Oh, sorry, I'll try again.
I still still can't bring myself to believe it. It just seems so unlikely Kazuma-sama to stumble carelessly and then fall to his death.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened. Okay, let's try again. Is it really in the traveling case? Or...
Yes!
No. You tried to hide the evidence in plain sight, didn't you? No, that's not right. That's not right either. 20,000 rubles is enough to make anyone lose their head. Oh, Kyle's online. Hi, Kyle. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? I'm gonna take this jacket off, because it's, like, really warm in here. Oh, well, it's supposed to be logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. This is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. Yikes. That was also incorrect. Maybe it is. Maybe it is the traveling case.
Yes!
It's wrong? Wait. I'm going to accuse it anyway. Oh my goodness. This is not going so well. As inimitable as I am, people do like to try. An assistant's assistant. Oh, this is not going so well. What is it then? Tiara. Wastepaper basket. Traveling case. What am I missing? Oh my god. Am I blind? Like, I'm not missing anything, am I? Like, I can only move left and right. I'm like trying to move up and down, it won't let me. The evidence that links you to the victim's death is right in the... Is there like a drawer? A desk drawer or something? I'm like... Oh, I can still examine. I forgot that I could still examine while doing this. Oh my gosh.
This is a wastepaper basket. Perhaps it's all
the first class cabins have them. But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there yet. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Ugh. Anyway. Oh, what's that?
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Yes!
I had to do that before I presented it. Alright. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that wastepaper basket. Ah, of course, of course. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh, that's not Russian, it's whatever. So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? It's her cat's collar. I don't know, in that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be... the photo.
Yes!
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble? He stumbled over a cat. Your absent feline friend, Darka. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's the case. I don't think Darka's the villain. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. I don't think that's how he died. He didn't die by tripping over a cat. I refuse. I refuse to believe that. Elementally. I refuse to believe that that's the case. I don't think that's how he died. I don't think so. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. That is so true.
She was so fast. She disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it.
Yes. And I had read the, rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it's...
Oh, sorry. That's Schultz. So at that point, you thought it's safe to try and lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the joining cabin.
Darka always loved this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy, I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return.
So the faint whistling sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened.
Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Oh my god, I would be having a heart attack if I heard Binda meow and then like a bang and then nothing. I would lose my mind. My anxiety would be through the fucking roof. Oh my god. From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Boya is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, a combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. I really still think, but what became of the kitten afterwards? Oh, Caro is online. Hi, Caro.
In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
Yet Daka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she's disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself at least. Maybe we should check the wall hook. Maybe she's hanging on the wall hook like you, bro.
When I woke up this morning, I heard that the young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back.
Oh, hold a minute. What about the snake?
You're right. Where is it?
If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it and where did it come from? Fucking knew it. I fucking knew it! I'm sorry, I was just watching the animation for a second. What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing aboard this ship? Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Piroshko. What?
That snake belongs to you.
He escaped from cage when the emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him here. Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin?
But animals are not permitted on board.
Ha! We are at sea for 1 year! You want to be so long without close friend, without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Piroshko does not have venom. He is harmless, very long, but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. He's a granny snake! Oh my gosh! Very long, but very gentle. He says, how dare you? It's venomous. Yes, now he is hungry, so he is in bed. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Ha! Like they say they milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Piroshko eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses. Ah, oh, so... is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Oh my god, look at this man. He's so embarrassed that his eyes disappeared. It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord. And it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept slant a starring role? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Piroshko is nothing to do with this incident. I love that his little tie looks like a lobster. It's adorable. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. I still don't believe it. At least now he can talk with the snake. That's true. The snake must have, like, let go just enough so he could get a word in edgewise. I don't want to, first of all, I don't want to believe he's dead, but I certainly don't want to believe he died by falling over a cat.
Miss Pavlova, I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you.
Oh my god, aren't they the same? They're like the same age, right? She's 16. Yeah, she's 15. They're literally only a year apart.
What are you talking about, Miss Mikatova? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. Ha! An accident.
Olaf Holmes. Count Olaf Holmes. Or Sholmes, I should say.
I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
To be perfectly honest, yes. Oh, the plot thickens. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on the matter. Oh! I'm only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your... oh my gosh. I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. God damn it. Not again! Especially as they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Yes. Cosmo was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. Are they still seriously suspecting me? This is bullshit. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
So then, shall we begin? Yes. What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in that cabin was a is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Hell to the nah. Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance.
But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Hold it!
Hold it! Oh, it's been too long. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it?
I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right here, right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident.
Really?
Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident. This is a good guess, I guess. Shit, dude.
Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. Was that right? There's no way that Mr. Okay, yes, that was right. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor.
That script, it's Russian, isn't it?
Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe.
I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case.
But maybe he was studying Russian. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast.
That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Boom! Instant death! Which, like, just about every single other fucking Ace Attorney case where somebody has, quote-unquote, left a dying message, they've had some sort of thing that means instant death, which means they could not have written the message. It's always written after the fact. There's only one case in a game that I have found where somebody wrote a dying message and it actually was them writing the dying message. And it was Danganronpa, and it was the first case. It's never their dying message. It's always the culprit. Which means that after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't have possibly written anything. Because he was already dead.
That's not the only reason either.
Ace Attorney, gotta love it.
There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there. If what Miss Pavlova told us was true.
What?
So, Susada-san has noticed this too. Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives us away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident. In other words, the paper seal.
Yes!
I'm gonna say paper seal. Nope, just kidding. That was wrong. That's a penalty. That's gonna hurt me. I think that you're starting to see nothing of the sort, and that was the evidence to prove it.
Ooh, that was bad. I messed up. Oopsies. We should be looking for what is either the absence of something you would expect to find at the scene of an accident, or the presence of something you wouldn't.
Ooh, that's a good clue, actually. Most compendiously put, my dear madam. Ah, I see. I confess you're rather languid. I see it doesn't fill me with confidence, Mr. Naruhodo.
Don't worry, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe in you. Well, more than Mr. Sholmes does anyway.
Okay, there's a clear contradiction between the facts. Right there in Cosmo's cabin, it's undeniable. Rin Camo! It is a disaster! It's me! A baby! No, that's you. Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves that this is, fuck. The diary? Maybe? No.
Yes!
Mark on the floor? Yes! The mark on the floor! This! The piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor.
But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic?
Unfortunately, there is a very big flaw. A fatal flaw.
What?
If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin?
Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova?
Oh no.
Both of these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion.
Oh, sorry, this is this. Whatever. Both of these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asogi died last night in this cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth in order to cover up his or her own guilt. She's looking real guilty right now.
Yes, there was someone else present in Mr.
Hold it!
Who was that? You are wasting time. Someone else was there? Ah, of course, we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out.
Oh, yes.
And only other person in cabin when young student died was you.
Yes!
It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I could have let that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have. Oh, I misread that. Whatever. Same thing, really. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then the same
person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear it becoming evidence that would show how
oh god. Good gracious, I can't read.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all of the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you?
Hold it!
Seaman Stroganoff? Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on this ship, a member of the ship's band. You do not accuse Ship's Angel of being criminal. Ah, so that's it. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in this cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth. Well, this is almost interesting. My stomach just growled. I think I'm a little hungry. I probably need a snack or something, even though it's a little late for a snack, but I might still get something. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? You are great detective, you should know. Look truth in eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Yet, it's impossible. He's right.
But wait, I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around door latches so they can open and close them from the outside.
Fred, are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel, with not a gap in sight, no threads or needles or magnets could have been used.
No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so...
Sana-san, how could you shift it onto me like that? Damn, she's throwing you under the bus.
So Steven Stroganov has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside.
Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could build this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind, having been used before.
I don't believe it.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside. One way does spring to mind, yes.
Do you really know that what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, and so should you, because we've seen it happen. The ship crashing. Indeed we have. So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out the telling signs that the books fell over because the ship crashed.
Yes!
Look at the bookcase there. See how all of the books and things on it have toppled over?
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe, yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia, acting on the objects.
Is there nothing Susana-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book, at least. Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over the books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then, it bolted itself shut.
Oh yes! That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and blocked the door.
Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia. Ineptia. He said ineptia. Ineptia, if you want to call it that.
Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Sogi was killed,
Yup, that's it.
the SS Furia made another emergency stop?
When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments, sorry. It was almost as if someone had run their hands across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Asogi's cabin.
Oh my!
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Do you? Are you out of your mind? You say Borya made emergency stop?
It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room.
Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm.
Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Biff? Biff? Did you press the button? What? It was you. Oh my god! Oh my god! Sholmes pressed the button. Sholmes pressed the button. When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interests of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed did a little earlier today. I can't fucking believe this man.
Mr. Schultz, surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed. Whatever the occasion. He sounds almost proud of him. He is such a dumbass. I love him. How dare you mess with ship? I report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now. My joy fans aren't dying. No, I'm sure that all can wait till later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin door slide close. So, what we must now consider...
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did this ship make an emergency stop, or did it not?
You are idiots! Birdia is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make an emergency stop, even in middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere. What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea.
Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. He didn't log it in the ship's log. He didn't log it in the ship's log. He didn't log it. Seaman Stroganoff, it's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, isn't that right? That is correct. Why? And the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine! Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with the mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances you write the phrase, nothing to report every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all.
Nothing recorded in the log.
That is... because nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would normally write nothing to report, wouldn't you? You looking guilty as fuck. Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Boreal. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish! Oh, he looking so guilty.
If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself.
Oh, why?
Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed.
That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anyone would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point. Then somebody did actually lock the door. What of the throbbing? Hold on, I'm trying to think, because... Are they gonna try to say that the ship actually did stop, And the way that we know that is because everybody hit their head. That's kind of a stretch, right? I feel like, though... I'm just thinking. Whatever. Moving on.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We've all suffered with it.
Oh, yes, I've had a headache. You're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected.
He's right, my head's been throbbing today too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all of that was happening to me?
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you?
Oh, well, yes. Sorry.
The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on?
Ah, well, Cosmo looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals.
So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it?
Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Cosmo wasn't fond of chicken.
Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all?
That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? Is that relevant? Why is this chicken suddenly becoming relevant?
My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh my god! Are they gonna say that somebody drugged the chicken? What? There was something wrong with the chicken?
I do.
No, really? Is that really true?
The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with.
Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed... What? This is the second case. This is the second case of this game. And first of all, we've already dealt with the victim was already dead when we found him. And he was framed to be still alive partially to throw off the and now we're doing the entire ship was poisoned. This Ace Attorney game does not hold back. This one does not hold back. Oh my, this is the second case. I'm in awe. I'm in awe.
Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it.
I'm gonna put my jacket back on because I'm starting to get cold again.
A sleeping drug.
I'm wearing my Hatsune Miku jacket, by the way. Do you mean... Whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the emergency stop? Goodness gracious alive!
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched
I mean... Precisely. Lacing every meal of every wait, hold on. Okay, so that's not what he's saying. Because I was thinking that was crazy. Like, that was pretty wild. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board it would be impossible. Unless, that is... every single member of the crew was a conspirator.
What? Mr. Sholmes!
Well, seaman? Was this a coordinated effort? Wait, what? This is... Wait, what? I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. Oh my god! What? If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew, and the captain himself, would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade. He looks so guilty! Look at him! He's like not looking at me!
Please, no more. I will tell everything. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
They were trying to get her out. They were all trying to help her to get her out. Oh my god. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe.
Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything, her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. Oh no.
I don't believe it.
You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. They drugged an entire fucking ship of people. The whole ship! The whole ship. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. No, we could not make all drug, how do you say, dissolve. Talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Borea slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who dislike chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Cosima's cabin door.
But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos.
Oh, I wouldn't say so.
What?
Ah, of course. Just like us, all of the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins, after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes.
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway, and so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the... Jesus Christ! That is a lot. That's commitment. That is commitment. You have talked a long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. and someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock the door. All told, a busy night. But, I don't know about any of this. I am just a little girl. You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories we don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. Evidence. A laudable trait. What? I'm quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes? Do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind.
What accusatory cry of guilt?
Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No. You must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? I believe the time has come for one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Yes, we get to do another one. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said of these two Oh my god, I actually don't know how to pronounce that word. Hold on. Let me look it up. I need to look up how to pronounce this word. Prevaricate. What is it? Pronunciation. Prevaricator! There it is. With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said of these two prevaricators. I'm learning so many words. Observation?
If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace evidence that one of these two were there when it happened.
Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I'll see what I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. Oh no, Biff, no! Oh, look at this. It's some kind of stain in an unusual place.
Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken.
Ink. And look at the color, too. It's clear where this came from.
Yes!
Biff, you looking real guilty, man. You're looking real guilty, man. Seaman Stroganoff, you seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Oh yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform.
And I think what made it is clear.
Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves that what the stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is. Making sure I got the right.
Yes!
There it is. The music stopped, so you know it's right. Yes, it's this photograph, and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink? A rather unusual color of ink, purple. The penny drops at last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's... Oh, sorry. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it could possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilt. Alright, yes, it was me. I did it. Everything. Why? But why? I arranged everything in that student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I pressed button to make Boroya do emergency stop and bolt cabin doors shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
Biff, please.
Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty, patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Biff, please, you must help me.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone. My little one. My little furry friend.
Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell on the floor. Yes, that is right.
So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers.
Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel. This is like really sad. The door was not locked, so she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you. Oh my god, I already told you. When Nina opened door of students.
I was asking Miss Pavlova.
Oh, she is. Oh, she is. Ooh. That's right, bitch. Well, Miss Pavlova. Da.
Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand, and I believe you.
So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? I highly doubt it. I feel like the answer is no. Ah, something that very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck. Therefore, the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten, on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to be somewhat unnatural. What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruto? The way that Kazuma's facing? If he fell and broke his neck because he stumbled over a kitten, you would think that the way he stumbled would be backwards, correct? Where he would fall on his back, which would hit the back of his neck, right? But no, he didn't fall and hit the back of his neck. He fell forward, and that's why he was lying on his stomach. Oh, well. And by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck. Which part of this photograph print seems unnatural?
Yes!
The way he's facing. crucial point and can be helpful to keep your eyes on. Oh my good god. Come on. Wow, it can be equally helpful to open your eyes and use your eyes. Written in foreign language underneath his fingertips, surely. That particular... Okay, yes. Yeah, I know where you're going, but I don't know where to point to... One of your hands, I guess? So I guess I should... You look like the sort of fellow who stumbles with some regularity. This should be an easy... Damn. So, okay, I guess he wants me to point at his hands, which would show that he is prone rather than supine. I guess his hand.
Yes!
Where do you want me to point, my man? I know what you're getting at. I literally know what you're getting at. Where do you want me to point, though? Good God.
Yes!
His other hand, I guess. Whatever. Ace Attorney, that's how it is. Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then a fist just doesn't seem quite right. Oh, they're gonna say he was fighting somebody? That is like, wow, really? Okay, never mind. I thought it was because he fell forward. The exact same thought occurred to, the exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. I was supposed to think that far ahead? Really? Whatever. Yet here, we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please.
Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? Yes. BRB describing some lunch. Oh, of course. Yeah, do your thing. This is what I found.
Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle.
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
It tells us nothing. I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks... It looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. It's Homegirl's earring! Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes.
Yes!
It's the other half of her earring. Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear, even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. What? But looking at your other ear, I notice a crescent moon. Oh! I don't believe it! Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there's only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear, perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night, in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments?
Oh no.
Angel. No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Oh no, did we get her? What the fuck happened?
When I think about everything that happened yesterday.
Oh wait, who is this speaking?
Running away the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at the last in this cabin and could relax after this horrible long day. Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back.
What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Inspector? Oh, okay. Whew. Wait a minute. I misread that situation. I was about to be like, if Hosonaga did this, I will reach through this fucking screen and kill him myself. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
The young man from your country, he was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the men's cabin...
Just a moment, sorry, but...
Oh, yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Ah, of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of your ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you've run away.
Please, please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened, everything at once. I was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait, I shouted, and then Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me,
oh my god, he really did just break his fucking neck! I'm pissed. I'm so pissed.
I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
really just broke his neck. That is fucking sad. Really fucking sad. And that's when you went to fetch help from Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and a thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said,
Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be. Please, I have nowhere to go.
So you decided to help, and that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it, so that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Yes, I went into cabin and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway in wardrobe, still asleep. Right, that's when he found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
It was actually an accident. Well, she pushed him, but she didn't fucking mean to kill him. Manslaughter at most. Oh my god. I closed the wardrobe doors and put back strange paper signs. Luckily for me, that was the only reason Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I dragged young man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilling to write on the floor. I wrote the thing I can't pronounce, so that person who found him would look inside the wardrobe and find Stowaway.
And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished the job by pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway. Yes. Accordingly, the SS Burya did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland, and it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? That's a good point.
It was what he said first that made me scared.
What he said first? Inspector.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Ah, yes, maybe me, who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me.
This is all a huge misunderstanding, and that's what makes this shit so fucking sad.
So before he could pull bell cord, I... May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know.
What?
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
No, he was going to talk to Ryunosuke as a second opinion. He was going to prove that he was even more trustworthy because he literally brought a stowaway on board. Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done.
Oh, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There's one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes, what action was the victim really about to take at that moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. Okay. That's easy, I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama?
Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, if there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Cosmo looking at?
Take that!
The wardrobe. Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Cosmo was going to ring the bell for it. Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night?
Give me a moment, I could use another opinion here. This is really fucking sad. This is like really fucking sad.
Another opinion.
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt.
Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended up very differently if you had.
That's really fucking sad! Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry. What have I done? I killed a man, actually. That's it. That's the case. That's it. The mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Boreal was finally laid to rest. Cool! I love spending my Fridays getting emotional damage. Emotional damage, emotional damage, emotional damage. Oh my god. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now then?
Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be headed over to British police at Scotland Yard.
What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her?
Apparently, her English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out.
Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then?
No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life.
God, that's fucking rough! I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff. I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you, about how you lost a good friend. I will go with Mina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? God, see, it's these cases that hit really hard because there is no, like, evil person that you could be like, that's a killer. Like, that's a killer, they did bad things, like, cool story bro, still murder. Like, manslaughter at most. Homegirl did not mean to kill. She meant to, like, push him because she wanted to, you know, kind of fight him and prevent him from doing what she thought he was doing. She didn't mean to kill him. Good God. This is the Berry Big Circus all over again. Fucking 15-year-old girl who doesn't know what she's fucking doing, accidentally causing some great pain and or death to somebody. Fuck, man. This, God damn it, Ace Attorney. Why are you like this? Why do I love you so much, and why do you hurt me so bad?
We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow, as much as it pains me. I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan.
Yes, I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different.
So, you should get back to your cabin now.
Kazuma's cabin. It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun, then. To think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Oh no! Emotional damage! Susada-san?
Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all. Her eyes! Oh no! I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Susato-san, this is so sad. This is so fucking sad. I'm gonna cry.
He had such grand ideas for his visit to Great Britain, so many dreams, and now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much now, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much.
Yes, I know. I don't know who that is. Oh, Hosonaga.
Inspector,
My duty was to see Ahsoka-san safely to Great Britain, but I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down, and I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder.
Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now. Huh? What the fuck? Dude! Not the fucking time! Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo. Not the fucking time. What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them for old time's sake, shall we say. You're a stowaway after all. He thinks this is funny. Dude, read the room. Read the fucking room. Can you deduce that this is not the time?
Mr. Sholmes, we do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened.
What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway.
The terms of this study were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant.
Was to be.
In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Poor Susada-san. Oh my god. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, don't you know? All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but...
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
Yes.
I could maybe do it. Mr. Sato,
Yes?
do you think perhaps I might be able to do it?
But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law?
No, I'm not, but... What is he studying? Language?
I'm sorry, in that case I don't think there's even a chance it could work.
But as I said, there's still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo!
That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days?
There's only one way to find out. Hey, Phoenix was a fucking art student and then he switched to law, so I think it's possible. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate.
But why put yourself in such a difficult position?
For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I won't get arrested if I do this. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Mr. Sato? Come on, you know you wanna.
Aww! I think it's a wonderful idea.
Thank you. So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say?
Are you serious?
One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable.
No, it's madness.
It's fascinating, wouldn't you agree?
Fascinating.
Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all uphold. Give us interest, give us fascination.
Speak for yourself.
Besides, qualifications are of no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Yeah, come on, Hosonaga. Let me do it.
Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice.
Inspector!
After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
Yay! I get to be a lawyer!
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think, to get my fucking shit rocked again. I need to discuss what to do next and how to best make my report.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? Because you're basically... Because every single Ace Attorney character has to have a strong female companion because the females fucking run this show.
I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all.
Thank you.
And, Mr. Naruhodo? I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations.
Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it, always. I get the sword too! So then, Mr. Sato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you two.
Goodness, what is it?
Please throw me to the ground. 3 times.
What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away, and the cabin door was locked from the inside.
No! I won't let you make excuses for me! Whatever the circumstances, I should have never thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times!
Ha! That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it.
This is weird. No, I don't even know how. I'd never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Schultz.
I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujitsu technique.
Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I'm a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am somewhat accomplished boxer. Look at him. Look at him fucking go. So fucky fresh. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your resting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Oh, of course.
Don't do it. Oh, don't do it. Please don't.
Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry? Oh my god.
As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh yes, arresting indeed, and that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no. That was a Susato squash.
She's adorable. I love her so much. In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do with Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Wow. I'm so pissed that he died. I'm really upset. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. Great Britain's capital, London. Wow. End chapter. Wow. I'm so sad. Oh, Crash Course Candidate awarded. Yay, I got an achievement. Yes, save my progress, and I think that is probably a good place. A good place. Adventure of the Runaway Room. That I will start next time. I think now is a good time, a good place to end the stream. Let's see if anybody is live. I kind of want to raid somebody. Anybody live? Let's go visit my friend, Sleepy Chess. How about that? I'll probably hang out in the stream for a little bit while I decompress. But if you guys wanna join the raid, we're gonna go. Have a nice night, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow me on all my socials, all that good jazz. See you on the flip side.